Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Catherine and today's video is going to be a February reseller recap. So if that is something you want to watch, then please stick around. If you are new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. And if you are returning, I really appreciate you coming back. Today's video is going to be reviewing all of my numbers for February. If you didn't know, I am a reseller, part-time reseller, I should say. My full-time job is a mental health therapist, and reselling kind of allows me to have my creative outlets as well as make a little money off of it as well. So every month I do a recap of everything, of all of my numbers, my highest, my lowest profits, and just kind of go through the month to see what worked and what didn't work. So I always like to start off with my totals, my averages, and then we'll dive into the highest and lowest profits. So the first is my total sales was $1,148.92. And so total sales is just the amount of money that is excluding any cost of goods or fee. I'm sorry, it includes cost of goods, but it doesn't include fees and stuff like that. My cost of goods was $504.56. So that's how much I spent on the inventory that I sold. And my profit was $644.36. My average cost of goods, so how much I paid per item on average, was about $8.70, which is a bit high, but you will see later on that I had a lot of sales that cleared out a lot of really expensive inventory. So that's why that number is so much higher than I wish it was. My average listing price was $25.74 and my profit was $11.11 for each item. It took about 47 days to sell from listing to sell date. I sold 58 items total this month with, if I counted correctly, 8 bundles. 3 items sold on eBay, 2 sold on Vistair, which is the new Tradesy conglomeration, whatever. 3 items sold on Mercari, and so the rest, which was 50 items, sold on Poshmark. So let's get into my highest and lowest profits. So we will start with my lowest profits, and I will be adding in pictures over here so you can see what the item actually was. The first item was a New Day satin drawstring skirt. It was plus sized. It was new with tags, I believe. It sold on Poshmark for $10. My cost of goods was $7. So doing all the math, I only profited a nickel from that item. It took 79 days to sell, and it was the first time listing. February, I was very much in the mode of wanting inventory out. We will talk more later of my switching of inventory around, but I was in the mode of getting things out. And so even if I made a nickel, I was okay with it because it is out of my inventory room. My next item was also a plus size skirt. It was a Dress Barn military green skirt. It sold on Poshmark for $14. My cost of goods was $7, and so I profited $2.03. It sold 14 days within the second time listing. So I do have a color-coded system on my Excel sheet where I keep track of all of my inventory, of how many times I've relisted an item, which I do suggest that you do relist an item. You relist all of your items, I should say, if they're stale, because it kind of brings more traction to your closet and it's kind of less work. You've already done the work for listing it, so relisting it shouldn't take that much longer. All right, the next item was this Isla, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, mod. It is from Anthropologie. It was this white crochet blouse. I think the picture got a little pixelated. I'm surprised it's still sold, but it sold on Poshmark for $14. My cost of goods was $5.58, and I profited $3.48. It took 17 days to sell, but before that sounds too like, oh, that sold really quickly. This is also the 5th time of relisting it. I honestly think I've probably relisted it 6 times, but it was in its final days of relisting. And when I say that, I mean like about to be bagged up and taken to a buy still trade store to sell it that way. So I was happy to make some money off of it and even a profit. The next item was a raw, I can see my cat trying to get at me through the door. this raw corrective G-Star Henley sold on Poshmark for $12. The cost of goods was $5.22, so I profited $3.83. It took 112 days to sell in the 4th time of relisting, so again, that would have been another item. I would have relisted it one more time, but then it would have been the end of its relisting life. And then the last lowest profit sale was a torrid blouse. This really pretty, like I think it's a Georgette pin tuck green blouse, sold on Poshmark for $14. My cost of goods was $4.36, so I profited $4.67. It took 34 days to sell and 2 times relisting it. So that is my lowest. Now let's go to my highest. So within my highest profits, I sold this sailor sweater. I sold it on eBay for $50. My cost of goods was $10. So I profited $34.65. It took 49 days to sell within the 4th time of relisting it. This item I actually picked up from a ThredUp designer. I think it was a ThredUp designer Rent the Runway retirees box. I can't quite remember, but I will link it up in the corner. I had my original unboxing video, and then about a year later I had a video of where are they now. Basically some of the items that I sold, or basically those items, but where were they now? Have they sold? Have they not sold? So that one definitely took some time to sell, but I still profited $34.65. So very happy about that. Sorry, I'm just watching my cat put his little paws through the door. The next item was this Dansko clog, really cool looking clog, sold on eBay for $60. My cost of goods was $8 and I profited $40.36. It took 6 days of selling on the 1st time listing. This one was kind of interesting because I had weighed out the package and it was under 2 pounds. And then I got a notification that it was like underweight, and so they charged me an additional $5 to sell it or to ship it. They took that out of my fees, which was interesting. So I don't really know what happened there, what the difference between the measurements were, but it is what it is, and I still profited over $40. The next item was a Patricia Nash shoulder bag, kind of this really pretty patina looking bag, sold on Poshmark for $61. My cost of goods was $5.59, and so I profited $41.19. It took 30 days to sell within the 1st time listing it. Yeah, just a really pretty bag. The outside looked really nice. The inside did have some staining on it, which I disclosed and took pictures of, but still a really great condition. This is the first time I ever found that brand before. The next item was an Eileen Fisher pair of white crepe pants. They sold on Poshmark for $63. My cost of goods was $2, so I profited $46.68. They did sell 56 days after relisting for the 3rd time. I would always suggest, obviously if it's the cost of goods, it's in your wheelhouse, but I've sold a lot of Eileen Fisher pants before, and they typically sell pretty well for me over the $50 range. So if it is something you find and it's within your budget, I would suggest picking it up. And then the last item was a Tommy Bahama maxi dress. This sold on Poshmark for $60. My cost of goods was $0 because I got it from my mom. So I profited all $48. It took 7 days to sell within the 2nd time of relisting. So again, that is why relisting is so important, because a lot of these items sold, after multiple relistings. So also this month I had a lot of bundles. I had 8 bundles. So I like to discuss my lowest profiting bundle and my highest profiting bundle. So the lowest one was this Agata sweater, which is a really pretty like ballet looking sweater, and a Free People dress that I have had forever. And again, it was on its way out of my house where all of my business is conducted. The bundle sold for $45. My cost of goods was $39.50. So I profited negative $3.50. I would say losing money is not necessarily the smartest business decision, but overall, I'm happy that they're gone, and to only have lost that much compared to if I would have brought it to a buy sell trade store, you know, I definitely probably would have lost more money. And both those items, I should say, were on their way out. So yeah, glad that somebody on Poshmark is going to enjoy them. And then my highest bundle was a Torrid skirt, a new tag Torrid skirt that I actually showed in one of my recent thrift hauls. Actually, a few of these items were in my recent thrift hauls. Then a pair of Steve Madden sneakers. They were really cool, lots of different animal prints. And then a pair of Lululemon crop pants, as well as a Lululemon little skirt or skirt. The bundle sold on Poshmark for $71. My cost of goods was $38.81, so I profited just shy of $18. And so why did I have so many bundle sales? So I guess we're going into my notes section of everything. Why did I have so many bundle sales? Well, I ran a promotion in my Poshmark closet that was, I think it was, if you bought 3 items, everything was 70% off. And again, this is a way to entice people to add multiple items to a bundle. Was it 2 or 3? No, it must have been 2 items. Yeah, it must have been 2 items. 2 items for 70% off. I was just wanting to clear stuff out. You know, obviously, not obviously, maybe it's not obvious. But I was really encouraging multiple bundle sales or multiple items within a bundle. But some people who are buying bundles are actually just buying for themselves instead of resale. So, you know, you kind of have to take into account having similar styles, similar sizes. So sometimes a 3+ bundle requirement is a little bit difficult. So I just brought it down to 2, and hopefully people who were buying to resell, or that I had a lot of similar items and styles in their sizes, would purchase at least 2 or 3. So that's why some of the bundle prices were pretty low. Actually, all in general, a lot of the items were, the profits were pretty low. I mean, it was a little over $11 of profit per item, which I'm okay with. Like, if you compare this month's sales compared to last month's sales, I think I only sold like maybe 20 items, something like that, with a profit of 300 something. I don't know. Like I mix all my numbers up. So I pretty much doubled what I profited last month, and hopefully the trajectory of this month is going just the same. So not only did I have that 2 for 70% off, I was also setting out very aggressive offers every week. So I've kind of found this new rhythm that I'm in, and I'm not quite ready to share it yet because I want to get some more data on it, but it seems to be working. I did have 1 return on Poshmark, of course. Whenever I am getting a lot of packages out, I always notice there's at least 1 return, which, you know, it happens, whatever. Luckily, it was an item that I didn't spend a lot of money on, nor did it sell for a lot. So hopefully I can just relist it and it will sell for higher. So what do I think changed between January and February? Because like I said, my January one, which I can link up above if you're curious to know what my numbers were in January, I pretty much doubled in February. So what were the changes? I think one of the biggest ones is that my husband recommended that, so we have 2, we have a 3-bedroom house, and 2 of the bedrooms, one is my full-time job office, and it was kind of like a gym area as well. And then the other room was a inventory room, which was slightly smaller. So my husband had the idea of, let's flip the rooms, where we would put all of the inventory into my full-time office, into that room, which is also where I do a lot of my computer work for Poshmark, or just reselling in general, I should say, and then move all of the gym equipment out and into this other room. So now they're completely separated, and it was chaotic. That room is still chaotic. Like, I'm literally tripping over stuff. It's that chaotic. Racks of clothes, bags of unlisted inventory. So I think that actually really sparked my motivation to create organization in that room, because when it was separate, I'm not going to say my office wasn't cluttered at all, but it definitely wasn't as cluttered as it is now. And all of that inventory was out of sight. So I didn't have as much motivation to keep it organized because I could just shut the door. And now I'm in that room every single day, and it has really increased my motivation to get organized, put things in places so it doesn't look like a trash panda's room, basically. So I think that sparked a lot of motivation for me to list. I have found a rhythm where I am drafting a lot of items throughout the week, and then I kind of put them on a separate rack. And then on the weekends, I will photograph a whole bunch of items, so then I will be able to list throughout the following week. And so now I'm listing about 8 items daily, 8 new items daily, I should say. So new, not relisting anything, just completely new items, which before I was only listing about 4 new items just because I didn't have that much inventory drafted. So I just didn't have enough items to list more than that. So now that I'm kind of setting myself up, I'm really preparing myself throughout the week basically to have enough listings to list 8 items a day. So I think that has helped with the algorithms everywhere. I'm a huge believer that sales bring in more sales. So, that's been really good. My new ongoing, I don't want to call it a sale, I want to call it an ongoing promotion, is 2 items for $40 in my Poshmark closet. So that will include any item that is currently priced $99 and below. You can get 2 of them for $40. So if you were to sort my closet from highest to lowest, you could ultimately get $198 worth of, 2 items and get that for $40. So I think that's a pretty good deal, and how it calculates out, I'm still making a pretty good profit off things. So I think that's been helping too. I've been aggressively sharing that with people. So I've noticed that it has been working. So anyways, that is my February numbers. I am continuously creating more motivation for myself daily, which is something I truly lacked at the end of last year, probably like the last quarter of the year. I just was so over reselling and just didn't really care about it anymore. But now I've rejuvenated myself, so it's really nice to have that spark back again. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. Let me know, how were your numbers this month if you are a reseller, or I also have some people who watch who are not resellers, who are just interested in the content. So thank you so much for watching. If you're ever interested in getting started with reselling, I am coming up on my 10th year of reselling. It's crazy. I don't have everything figured out. I will add that disclaimer to you right now, but I do have fun doing it, and I do have some knowledge that I can share and help you get started. But with that, I truly appreciate you watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.